Good day to everybody. Thank you for those who are listening to another episode of LMC DocTalks. I thank the hospital for inviting me to talk about, on our topic for this morning would be nutrition in the COVID pandemic. Now, my objective on this short talk is how, hopefully that we will learn in this short talk what kind of nutrition can we eat to protect ourselves from this pandemic. Now, we all know that we have scarcity of food around because with the present condition where we have quarantine every now and then, a lot of people have lost their jobs, and economic-wise we have problems. So even our purchasing of our food supply is a bit of a problem. We have rising prices on the food commodities, and before even the pandemic started, so our problem on nutrition had a spectrum from the undernutrition to the overweight. So this has also increased as the pandemic happened. Now, in this study, which is entitled How Nutrition Can Help to Fight Against the COVID-19 Pandemic by Fariha Aman and Sadia Masood, they have the recommendation that to mitigate the impact of your COVID-19, they have nutrition recommendations during this pandemic. And number one is for us to eat a well-balanced diet, avoiding irregular snacking, choosing foods that are rich in vitamin A, C, E, B6, and B12. More than 2,500 years ago, Hippocrates, as this mentioned, said that let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And certain factors such as lifestyle, age, health status, sex, medication, and affects the nutritional status of each individual. Okay, there is no specific diet actually that can help us prevent having infection of the COVID-19. The secret there is for us to have a healthy diet. And what composes a healthy diet? Number one, there are two factors for that. Number one, it still should be a balanced diet. And number two, we should be eating a variety of food that are sources of the different nutrients that we need to take. For this, we have adopted the diet prescription from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which is entitled MyPlate, okay? But we Filipinos have adopted by the Department of Health. We have come up with what we call the Pinggang Pinoy. Now, for me to give you an idea of what is a balanced diet, a 9-inch plate would be consisting of half of that plate would be vegetables and fruits, and 1/4 of it is your good source of protein, as exemplified in this picture would be fish, and then 1/4 of the plate would be your source of carbohydrates. Now, we Filipinos are fond of eating rice, so exemplified in this picture of your Pinggang Pinoy. So Pinggang Pinoy is a way for us to easily understand what is a balanced diet, and there are certain percentages as to fish and alternatives. Your source of protein would be 17%, rice and other alternatives or carbohydrate source would be 33%, fruits should consist about 17%, and vegetables for 33%. For your rice and other carbohydrate source, you can have 1 cup of cooked rice, or 4 pieces of pandesal, or your 4 slices of your loaf bread, and 1 cup cooked macaroni or spaghetti noodles, or a small piece of any root crop. That it would be your kamote, kamoting kahoy, or gabi ubi. And your fish and other protein source are small size fish like your galunggong, a piece of chicken, and matchbox size of your chicken breast, or a matchbox size of your meat, either pork or beef. No? And a piece of egg is also a good source of protein. For your vegetables, you need to eat about 3/4 to 1 cup of cooked or raw vegetables. For your fruits, you may have serving of any one medium size, any like bananas, dalanghita, kaimito, slice of a big fruit like your watermelon or papaya. Exemplified here, shown here, are one-day sample menu. For your breakfast, you have a piece of egg and fish for your source of protein. You have your cup of rice, and half of your plate would be fruits and vegetables. As shown here is a piece of banana and a cup of your vegetables. I think this is chop suey. For your lunch, you can have like a broth of your sinigang na bangus, no? And a slice of your guyabano and kangkong with tomatoes, no? Supper is your chicken for your source of meat, and then your fruit would be a slice of your watermelon, and then also ginisang kangkong here in the as shown here. You can have snack in the morning like boiled corn and suman in the afternoon, and don't forget to drink 8 or more glasses a day. Here's, as I mentioned a while ago, our example of your immune boosters, and they have advised us that we need to supplement these vitamins and minerals for us to boost our immune system. Shown here is your vitamin C, vitamin D, selenium, and zinc. For your good source of vitamin C, you have example are citrus fruits such as oranges. Peppers are the best source of your vitamin C, strawberries, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and potatoes. So these are the different sources of vitamin C. Your guava, oranges, pineapple, which is also locally available, mangoes right now, and papaya. Even your cabbage are good source of vitamin C. Tomatoes, beside vitamin C, it has also lycopene, which is anti-cancer. And this is the #1 good source of vitamin C. By the way, note of this is a bell pepper, red bell pepper. For your sources of vitamin D, given here are oily fish such as your salmon, sardines, herring, and mackerel. Red meat are good source also of vitamin D. Liver, egg yolks, and fortified foods such as your fat spreads and breakfast cereals. So these are the different food which are rich in vitamin D. So again, another picture would be your mushrooms, eggs, milk, fatty fish, and fortified yogurt, examples of your vitamin D sources. Selenium, again, these are the different food sources. So organ meat is a good source. Brazil nuts, turkey is another good source of your selenium. Chicken, again, and egg are also good source of selenium. And then broccoli. Zinc, on the other hand, these are the different foods that are a good source of your zinc. We have oysters, chicken, cheddar cheese, cashew nuts, watermelon seeds, almonds, milk, red meat, yogurt, pumpkin seed, salmon, and your cacao. So besides the healthy, balanced diet, as taught to us by the Department of Health, the Department of Health had come up also with the teaching of the 10 Commandments, which is a healthy lifestyle traits that we need to adopt in order for us to be healthy. And in Tagalog, the 10 Commandments are Una, kumain ng iba't ibang klase ng pagkain. Pangalawa, sa unang 6 na buwan ni baby, dapat ay ma-breastfeed siya. Mula 6 na buwan, bigyan din siya ng iba't angkop na pagkain pagkatapos. Pangatlo, kumain ng gulay at prutas araw-araw. Pang-apat, kumain ng isda, karne at iba pang pagkain mayaman sa protina. Panlima, uminom ng gatas, kumain ng pagkain mayaman sa calcium. 6, tiyaking malinis at ligtas ang ating pagkain at tubig. Pampito, gumamit ng iodized salt. Number 8, ang pang-8, hinay-hinay sa maaalat, mamantika at matatamis. 9, panatilihin tama ang timbang. At huli po, pang-10, maging aktibo, iwasan ang alak, huwag manigarilyo. So those are the 10 teaching on the 10 commandments, which are healthy lifestyle, no? As far as our nutrition. Now, on the end of my talk, these are my healthy tips on having a healthy lifestyle. So it doesn't only take note of our good diet, but it also emphasizes other things we need to take note. Number 1, here are the lifestyle modification that I need you to note. So know your risk factors, especially looking at your family history. What could be the different medical conditions, especially looking at your parents, no? Do they have hypertension? Do they have diabetes? Do you have asthma and the different non-communicable diseases? Number 2 would be for you to aim to the nearest normal body mass index. I will be having a talk again later on weight loss management for that. So I taught you to eat on what we call a healthy, balanced diet, which is mindful eating. And number 5 would be to exercise. No? So these are the different exercise benefits. It controls your weight, reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease. Exercise can also decrease your risk of diabetes and the metabolic syndrome, reduce your risk of some cancers, strengthen your bones and muscles. It improves mental health and mood and increases your chances of living longer. So these are the different brain benefits of exercise. On your mental health, it reduces stress levels, reduces anxiety, reduces risk of depression, improves your social well-being, and increase self-esteem and boosts your brain power. How about your sleep duration? What is the recommended sleep time for most adults? It's between 6 to 8 hours of sleep. How stress management is another thing you need to address, because stress can affect the different systems of your body. Also, for you to reduce your different vices like smoking. We all know the different toxic ingredients in a cigarette, no? And the different diseases that are linked to smoking. Okay, and don't forget for what they say, the secret for good life and longevity will be your good relationship with other people. Thank you very much. I think that would be the end of my talk.